Hello everyone, Braden here with GameSalad, and welcome to Creator 2.0. We've been working hard on this new online tool that allows you to build your games on your favorite web browser. Creator 2.0 comes with a brand new interface and a bunch of little additions that make your game creation a little bit easier, and I'm going to give you a brief introduction to all of that in just a second. This video is targeted for users who have already used the GameSalad native tools and are transitioning over to the new online tool. So, having said that, let's go ahead and open a new blank project inside of Creator 2.0. When you first open a new project inside of Creator 2.0, this is the screen that you'll see. We call this the Scene Editor. The Scene Editor is comprised of three components: the library, the stage, and the inspector. The library is located on the left-hand side of the tool. It's very similar to the library in the Windows tool. It houses all of your scenes, actors, tables, behaviors, and the assets for your game. You'll be using the library to navigate throughout your project and to access things like behaviors and images to add to your actors. The stage is located in the middle portion of the screen. Hopefully you're already familiar with this, but this is where you're going to be dragging your actors and creating your scenes. This really has not changed much from the native tools, so if you have had experience in either of those, this aspect is almost exactly the same. And finally, on the right-hand side, the inspector is where you're going to create and access all of your attributes. The inspector has three different tabs up top. The Layers tab, where you can create, edit, and access your layers. The Scenes tab, where you can edit and create scene-level attributes. And finally, the Game tab, where you can create your game-level attributes. Now that you're familiar with the Scene Editor, let's take a look at the Actor Editor. To navigate to the Actor Editor, I'm going to create a new actor in my library and click on that newly created actor. That will bring me to the Actor Editor for this particular actor. As you can see, the Actor Editor doesn't look all that different from the Scene Editor. We still have the library available to us on the left-hand side, as well as the inspector on the right. However, notice that the inspector inside the Actor Editor is slightly different. It has an Actor tab that allows you to create, edit, and access self-attributes. The Game tab is still available in the Actor Editor to allow you to quickly create and access game attributes. The main difference between the Actor Editor and the Scene Editor is the middle portion of the screen. We call this the logic stack. This is where you'll be applying your rules and behaviors to your actors. Now that we've covered the new user interface and we're familiar with the new terminology inside of Creator 2.0, I want to quickly show you some nice little additions we've added to the tool. And since you're coming from the native applications, I think you're really going to enjoy these. Let's start by talking about some of the new things we've added inside of the Actor Editor. And the first thing I want to talk about is the newly designed Attribute Browser. Inside of behaviors that allow you to select and input attributes, we've redesigned the Attribute Browser to include autocomplete. I've created a self-attribute inside of this actor called randomNum. Let's go ahead and add it to the change attribute behavior I have here. By simply clicking in the field here, GameSalad will suggest a couple of different options for me. I can choose a self-attribute, a scene attribute, or a game attribute. I'm going to click on self, and GameSalad will then show me a bunch of different attributes that I have for this actor. All I have to do is scroll down and select my self-attribute that I created. Alternatively, I could go ahead and delete all of that and actually start to type in my attribute, and GameSalad will suggest it for me. This makes selecting attributes extremely quick. Not only have we redesigned the attribute browser, but we've also given some love to the expression editor. To open the expression editor, click on the open parenthesis to change the input type to an expression, and then click in the blank box to open the expression editor. This is the new expression editor. It not only has autocomplete, but also has easy access to the operators, functions, and attributes. The expression editor also has some basic error handling, so if a function isn't complete, or you're missing an open parenthesis or something like that, you can't actually submit the expression to the behavior, which is really nice. If you ever need more screen real estate while editing your scene or adding logic to your actor, you can collapse the library and the inspector by clicking the buttons located near the top left and top right of the tool. Next, I want to point out a few things inside the library. Let's say you're looking for a particular behavior that you don't want to scroll through to find. Simply use the search bar and search for the behavior, and GameSalad will show it to you here. You can use this functionality for anything inside the library, whether that's behaviors, actors, or even images. Additionally, you can also change the default sorting option in the bottom. Back on the scene editor, I've dragged a few instances of my actor onto the stage to create my scene. By holding Shift on my keyboard, I can select each of these actors and move them around. This is something that you've wanted for a really long time, so we're really happy to finally have it in the tool. Additionally, if I just click on and select one of the actors on the scene, I have the option to access and edit the self attributes for this actor through the inspector. And finally, the last thing I want to point out are these zoom buttons in the top right of the stage. If you have a small screen size, you can zoom out to get a full view of the scene, or even zoom in for more precise actor placement. And there we go. That's a very brief introduction to Creator 2.0. There are so many other things I could have mentioned, but feel free to hop in the tool yourself and give them all a try. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.